Guys, if you're over 60 and no longer waking up with morning wood, don't panic. It's not just aging, and I'll explain why. Here's something surprising. Losing morning erections can actually tell you more about your heart than about your bedroom performance. Most men think morning wood disappears because of age, but the real reason is completely different. I'll reveal it in a second. Imagine your body giving you an early warning sign before serious health issues hit. That's exactly what fading morning erections can be. The good news? Even after 60, you can get morning erections back. And I'll share simple steps to help you do it. Men always ask me, should I still be waking up with morning erections? And if so, how often should they happen as you get older? Well, the answer may surprise you, because these early morning signals actually say a lot about your health, energy, and even longevity. Let's unpack this together. Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Elena, and welcome back to Desire and Energy After 50. This is the place where we talk openly and honestly about sexual health, vitality, and aging with confidence. Recently, I shared some insights during an interview, and it stirred up a lot of curiosity around one topic in particular: morning erections. So today, we're going to dive deep into why they happen, what's normal at different ages, and what it means if they start to disappear. Now, first things first, morning erections are not simply about erotic dreams or sexual fantasies. In fact, they're a completely natural part of male physiology. The medical term for them is nocturnal penile tumescence, a fancy phrase that basically means nighttime erections. These episodes happen mostly during REM sleep, which is the stage where dreaming is most intense. And since REM cycles occur more frequently in the early morning hours, that's why men often wake up with what's commonly called morning wood. If you think back to your teenage years, you probably remember waking up every single morning with erections that felt impossible to ignore. That's because adolescence is the peak time for both the frequency and duration of these nighttime erections. In fact, studies dating back to the 1970s showed that teenagers can spend nearly 40% of their total sleep time with erections. That's an average of about 40 minutes per episode, spread across several cycles of sleep. Imagine, almost half the night in that state. But here's the important part. After puberty, this frequency naturally tapers down. By adulthood, it usually stabilizes at around 20% of sleep time, which works out to about 3 to 5 erections per night, each lasting roughly 30 minutes. So while they may not be as overwhelming as in the teenage years, they're still very much present in healthy adults. Now, many men over 40 or 50 worry that because they're older, they're supposed to lose morning erections. That's not entirely true. Yes, the intensity and blood flow may decrease somewhat with age, but the actual number of nighttime erections stays fairly consistent, even into later decades of life. A more recent study looked at men from their 20s through their 60s, and guess what? Every single group still had nighttime erections. The difference was mainly in the blood flow. Men in their 20s had a peak blood flow increase of about 268%, while men in their 50s averaged closer to 200%. So yes, there's some decline, but healthy erections still occur in every age group. The average across all ages? Around 3 to 4 erections per night, with the longest lasting about 30 minutes. So if you're over 50 and still waking up with erections, even if they're not quite as strong as before, that's actually a great sign of underlying health. And here's where things get really important. Morning erections are more than just a quirky biological event. They're actually a biomarker of your overall health. Think of them like a status report from your body. To have consistent nighttime erections, you need good blood flow, healthy hormone levels, especially testosterone, proper nerve function, and overall good cardiovascular health. If those systems are in balance, erections happen naturally, even without conscious arousal. But when morning erections start disappearing completely, it can be a red flag that something deeper is going on. So what should you do if you're not waking up with erections anymore? First, don't panic, but do take stock. Ask yourself, have you noticed changes in your energy or libido? Are your erections during sexual activity weaker or less frequent? Are you experiencing symptoms of low testosterone like fatigue, loss of muscle, or low mood? Often, the earliest warning sign of low testosterone or cardiovascular problems isn't during intimacy. It's the quiet absence of those morning erections. The good news is, this is something you can absolutely work on. Optimizing your lifestyle can restore or strengthen these signals. That means maintaining a healthy weight to reduce strain on blood vessels, regular exercise, both resistance training and cardio, to boost circulation and hormones. Stress reduction, since chronic stress wrecks both sleep and sexual health. Getting enough quality sleep, because REM cycles are essential for nighttime erections. And of course, if you suspect low testosterone, getting tested and speaking with your doctor. When you take care of these basics, you're not just improving your erections, you're improving your entire cardiovascular and hormonal health. Yes, you should still be experiencing morning erections well into your later years. They may not be as frequent or as powerful as when you were 16, but they remain an important marker of your vitality. If they start to vanish completely, take it as your body's gentle nudge to pay attention. It's not a cause for shame. It's an opportunity to catch health issues early and make changes that benefit your whole life. Remember, friends, your sexual health is not separate from your overall health. It's deeply connected. And here at Desire and Energy After 50, my mission is to help you stay informed, confident, and thriving at every stage of life. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And make sure to join my free weekly newsletter where I share new research, practical tips, and answers to your most pressing questions. The link is right below this video. And as always, take care of yourself, because you are absolutely worth it. Let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I had a patient in his mid-60s, we'll call him Michael. He came to see me because he noticed his morning erections had quietly disappeared over the course of about 6 months. At first he brushed it off, thinking, well, I'm getting older, this must be normal. But here's the twist. When we ran some tests, we discovered his testosterone was dropping, and more importantly, his cardiovascular health wasn't as strong as he thought. He had early signs of high blood pressure and cholesterol buildup. By catching these signals early, thanks to him paying attention to his morning erections, we were able to get him on a healthier path. Within a few months of lifestyle changes, weight loss, and medical support, not only did his morning erections return, but his energy and confidence came roaring back. I share this story because so many men dismiss these little changes, when in reality, they're like your body whispering, hey, something's off, please check in on me. Think of morning erections like the check engine light in your car. When that light turns on, it doesn't always mean something catastrophic, but it does mean you should take a closer look before the problem grows. Skipping that signal might lead to bigger issues down the road, like erectile dysfunction, heart problems, or hormonal imbalances. But addressing it early can prevent all of that. Now, here's something many people don't realize. Nighttime erections aren't just about the penis. They're actually a team effort between the brain, the nerves, the hormones, and the vascular system. Your brain triggers REM sleep cycles that send signals down the spinal cord. Your nerves release nitric oxide, the chemical that relaxes blood vessels. Your blood flow rushes in, filling the spongy tissue of the penis. And your testosterone levels help regulate the strength and frequency of these events. When all of those systems are aligned, erections happen naturally, even without erotic stimulation. That's why their presence, or absence, is so telling. Now, I know many of you watching are over 50, maybe even over 70, and you might be wondering, if I don't have morning erections every day, does that mean something's wrong with me? Here's the reassurance. No, not necessarily. Frequency varies widely from man to man. Some men in their 60s still notice morning erections several times a week. Others may only notice them occasionally. What matters most is whether you've had a sudden drop compared to your normal baseline. That change is what's worth investigating. We already talked about exercise, sleep, and stress management, but let me give you a few extra tips that often go overlooked. Watch alcohol and smoking. Both damage blood vessels, making it harder for blood to flow during erections. Even just a few cigarettes or regular drinks can have a big impact over time. Strengthen pelvic floor muscles. Yes, men can benefit from pelvic floor training too. Kegels aren't just for women. Stronger pelvic muscles can improve erectile rigidity and even help with bladder control. Optimize your diet for blood flow. Foods rich in antioxidants like berries, leafy greens, nuts, and fatty fish. Keep arteries flexible and healthy. Think of them as fuel for stronger circulation. Regular checkups. Don't wait for a crisis. A simple blood panel and blood pressure check can reveal so much about what's going on internally. And here's something I want every man watching to remember. Morning erections are not just about sexual function. They're about your vitality, your confidence, and your sense of well-being. Too often, men feel embarrassed to bring this up, even to their doctor. But silence is the real danger here. When you acknowledge changes and take action, you're not only protecting your sexual health, you're protecting your heart, your brain, and your future energy. You deserve to feel alive, vibrant, and confident, no matter your age. If you found this video eye-opening, then I think you'll love my free newsletter. Every week, I share practical men's health insights, women's health tips, and answer one subscriber's question directly. It's a safe space to keep learning and stay ahead of your health. The link to join is right below, so make sure you sign up today. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button, share this with a friend who might need to hear it, and subscribe for more honest conversations about desire, energy, and health after 50. Until next time, take care of your body, listen to its signals, and remember, you are absolutely